Hey y'all, thanks for stopping by. Fair warning in advance. This topic's a little bit heavier than what I normally talk about on here, so, don't say I didn't warn you. Over the last week on Twitter, I have noticed a very odd trend. And I've talked about it in an earlier video with the Destiny and Doomer Media and that group of people not understanding what consent means. And unfortunately, we have to revisit this. This isn't about consent. This is about trauma dumping on the internet. I don't really like that phrase, but it's got some practical use. Trauma dumping would just be going online, typing about whatever happened. You know, you probably can't afford to go to a regular therapist. Type out something that happened in your day that is bad, scary, something awful. There's a reason they call it trauma dumping. And people will call it that because you're throwing your problems at other people. You're forcing them to look at what has happened to you. I don't think that's a bad thing. I'm going to be honest with you. I think that it's good if you're able to say the things that have happened to you. If you went through a traumatic experience, it is very healthy to talk about what happened, to put it out there instead of just thinking about it. I would say that an extension with a lot of things. It doesn't have to be a traumatic event that happened to you. Any sort of problem in your life. Actually putting the words down, whether it's on paper, on computer, either way, might help you realize what's going on, why it's really affecting you. When it comes to the stuff I've been seeing online about this, there seems to be a level of victim blaming that I see when people are making these posts. One thing I see a lot is, really the main reason I'm making this video is because a woman who posted what happened to her got her tweets quote tweeted, screenshots sent all around the internet of people basically just making dunks, just belittling what happened to her. It almost, to me, seemed like we took 7 years back and we got back into the whole, oh, well, what was she wearing? Well, you shouldn't have been out if you didn't want that to happen to you. Which is ridiculous. I hope you realize that saying, don't put yourself in. There's always a way that you can protect yourself, but if someone attacks you, that's not your fault. Sure, there are safer avenues to go out and have fun, but your choice to go and have fun, go to a bar, go dance, go to a concert, go anywhere, shouldn't make anybody feel like they can take advantage of you, that they can assault you. I feel really odd having to say that, but it really seems like there's some people who do not understand that. You could go out in the street right now, ass naked. That does not give anybody an excuse to touch you. When it comes to trauma dumping, one benefit that I see to something like that, and I have mentioned this before when it comes to debating people online, you might not change the mind of the person who you're responding to. But with it being online, there's the potential for hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people to see the things that you've written. And you might help one of them. You might help them realize that they've had some sort of traumatic experience happen to them that they've been repressing because they didn't know how to put it into words. And you can help them with that. The biggest issue that I see with this sort of attacking these people who are telling their stories, what are you getting out of it? What does it make you feel better? Because to my knowledge, that's what the Me Too movement was about. It was supposed to be about making it acceptable to talk about the traumatic things that happen to you, to make it seem like it's not a one-off, that these sort of things happen, that unfortunately it's far more common than we talk about in polite society. Yeah, it's a horrible thing to go through. That doesn't mean you have to go through it alone. I don't want you to feel like you have to stop talking about the things that happen to you. And I want you to know that even if you have bad actors and horrible people telling you, you know, the worst advice, telling you that you deserved it, or telling you you shouldn't go out anymore if you can't handle that sort of pressure, those people are wrong. You you deserve to be able to go out and have fun and not be afraid of people. And if something bad does happen to you, you should feel comfortable enough to be able to talk about what happened. And if you're one of these people who wants to dunk on someone because they got sexually assaulted, rethink your life. I can't help you. That's something you're really going to have to work on yourself, because if you think that's acceptable, I can't imagine the type of stuff you do in your private life. I would suggest you get professional help. But I'm sure someone will, you know, just because you put it on the internet doesn't mean that people can just make fun of you. They might, but that don't make it right. Just ignore stuff if you want to be an asshole to people. Other than that, just try and have a good day.